I got no excuses other than, whew, I get tied up in stuff. So, what I'm working on today is my air compressor. So I've been trying to, not in this video, but in probably the next video, I've been working on getting my axles done, or stripped so that I can put some, stuff back on them, like some mounts and such. But I'm at a crossroads where I can do a lot of it with cut-off wheels and sawzall and all that stuff. But I really want to use my plasma cutter, or at least my friend's plasma cutter. And I have an air compressor, but it ain't working. The pump just won't pump. So I went to the old Harbor Freights, got myself a new pump, 5 horsepower pump, threw it up on there. Had to do some tweakage because, well, let me show you. Howdy y'all, welcome to the Mayhem's Fablab channel. Alright, looky here. Alright, see this here? Got myself a little adapter plate because the Harbor Freight job does not bolt up to the existing pump. So I made a little adapter plate. Nothing crazy, just, piece of aluminum. Did that as a spare piece of aluminum I had laying around. Now, let me show you. Whoops. There's the Harbor Freight deal. And look, new Harbor Freight pump. Look how big that pulley is. Wow, I can't. There it is. Ugh. Hold on. Look how big that pulley is compared to what was on there. That job. So, I am going to, there's a formula I found online. Insert the formula that you need here. And I'll give you my calculations and how I figured out what I needed to do. Okay, so we're looking to find the motor pulley size, which the formula for that is the pump pulley size times the pump RPM, and then divide that answer by the motor RPM. So in my case, the pump pulley size is 14.5 inches on the Harbor Freight unit. The maximum pump RPM, as stated in the Harbor Freight manual, is 1,050 RPM. And the motor RPM, which is stated on the motor, there's a placard on the motor, is 3,450. Now, your motor RPM might be slightly different, so make sure to check that on yours. Now, to find the motor pulley size, we'll take the 14.5 inch pulley times the 1050 max RPM, and we'll get 15,225, and then divide that by 3,450 RPM of the motor, and we get a 4.413 motor pulley. Now, it should be pretty obvious they don't make a 4.413 motor pulley. I believe they make a 4.25 inch motor pulley and a 4 inch motor pulley. So in my case, I used a 4 inch motor pulley to lower my pump RPMs, be in the safe zone, and that brought it to 951 RPMs. In order to find that, I needed to find X, which is the RPMs that we're looking for. And that is, the formula for that is the motor RPM times the motor pulley size divided by the pump pulley size. So you do the math, you get 3,450 motor RPM times the 4 inch motor pulley, and then divide that by 14.5, you get 13,800 divided by 14.5, 951 RPMs. Bingo, bango, bongo. So, I got all those calculations. I ordered a new pulley, got the new pulley, and got a new belt, which I kind of had to take on and off and on and off and on and off and all this stuff to figure out the length that I needed. Hopefully I got the right length. We're good there. Hopefully we're good there. I had to buy a few adapters. Your mileage might vary if you're doing this. You know, I don't know. It did take me a little bit of tweaking and back and forth to the hardware store to get the right parts. But hopefully it'll work good. So what I'm going to show you now is mounting it up, putting on the pulley, and getting it all run in, basically. Fingers crossed. I got a little bit of work to do, though. So. Alright, pro tip. So, when you're putting on this Teflon tape stuff, you basically want to put it on where when you rub your fingers over it, you don't peel up one end. So, I'll show you here. Don't use as much as I do. Like that. Now, when you rub your hand over it, like you're tightening it, boom, there you go. I'll just do that for all the other fittings. Alright, so these things are little exhaust, like mufflers sort of thing. So, basically, just put these on your exhaust ports, tighten them up, there we go. Okay.
And there was this zombie on the TV. I don't like zombies.
You don't?
I don't.
Okay. Well, that's it for tonight. This is one of the blessings of being a father. I absolutely love my kids, but this could explain a little bit of why I'm not getting content out as much. I'm spending a lot of time with my kids, and I stinking love it. But, so, I'll get back with you tomorrow night, and hopefully we'll get this thing cranked up and running so I can start some plasma cutting. See y'all tomorrow. Well, y'all, it's tomorrow night. gonna finish up, well, hopefully, try not to set high standards, because you saw how last night went. Hopefully, I can get some more work done on this. Let's turn you around. Alright, where we left off was... Alright, whoa! Right here. So, what I forgot to do was put some thread tape on that. It always helps to move the junk out of the way. But I didn't do that, you know, because, you know, that's just par for the course. So, I'm going to screw stuff on this way. So I need it to go.
A few moments later.
There. Jeez, who Pete's. Okay. This part is a pain in the rumpus. Just as soon as I say it's a pain in the rumpus, it goes right on. There. Golden as a goose. There's the pressure inlet side right here, and then flip it over. On this side is the pressure switch side. So I have to end up with this baby right here up, but kind of angled towards that. It's kind of a hard task doing when you gotta, this is fairly fixed, you know. I mean, you can bend it a little bit, but let's get this all tightened up best I can. Let's see if we can't go about that. Is that a little bit off? If that's going in, that went way too easy. Holy smokes. Right. Here's that. Oh. I gotta put the pipe dope on that stuff. Oh, that's the top. Shoot! All right. Okay. Now, I got to put the belt on. I'll put the belt on right there, and got to fill it full of oil. And after that, we could have ignition. I don't know. Hopefully. But I got to figure out this belt situation, because I went and I did the old rope trick. Tied a rope around it. Taped it together as tight as I could. Went to the hardware store. Checked out. took home the belt that matched the best to that, maybe give a little bit of leeway. And I grabbed the same belt that I had before that didn't work. So, idiot. But what I'm going to try to do is see that motor is the adjustment. So I'm going to try to adjust it. So to adjust it, there's 1, 2, and then there's 4 bolts that hold this motor on, and they're in a slot. Hopefully I can loosen all of them up and push it a little bit closer, and we'll have ignition here shortly. The good news is it's a 1/2 inch wrench and not a 9/16. The cool thing about jerry-rigging this whole thing is every head on this, almost every set of heads on this air compressor, screw heads, is a different wrench size. Pretty cool. Makes it real efficient, you know. Well, I need another belt. Son of a gun. Another day, another mayhem plan. Golly, guys. I wanted to have this thing done so I could let this thing rip. Maybe cut some stuff off tonight. Won't be happening tonight. Have to go to the hardware store tomorrow. Hopefully get the right belt. That one right there was a 4L 500, which means 1/2 inch by 50 inches long. I probably need a 4L 520, maybe a 530. I have plenty of adjustment, so if it's like a 550, I probably have enough adjustment, 55 inches in total length. I got plenty of adjustment out. So maybe that's what I got to do. Golly gosh darn it.
2,000 years later.
Well, it's a few days later now, and I think I finally tickled the little checkbox of finding the right belt after only 5 belts. So whatever Mr. Mayhem told you earlier in this video about how to measure it, don't listen to him. So here's the scenario. What I did, I had to, as I said previous, I had a 4L 500, which is a 50-inch belt, 1/2 inch wide, and it was like, didn't seem anywhere close. And I have a lot of adjustment in my motor for tension. See, I mean, this slot right here is all my adjustment. I got plenty of adjustment. So I thought, oh, let's just go get like a 55-inch belt, maybe 57, 58, something like that. Yep. Those were horrendously long. So I had my dad, who was going to a really nice hardware store up north of us, who I know has a lot of belts, get me a 53, a 52, and a 53. 53, still too long. 52, just a tickle too long. I was almost just gonna like max out the travel and maybe like do a little buzz in the slot there to make it long enough to make it work. And I thought, you know, heck, I'm on my way home from work. I think this is day 4 of me trying to look for belts. I was like, you know what, I'm going to stop by the old TSC, Tractor Supply Company, right? I think I finally found the belt. A 51-inch belt, so 1 inch longer than the factory belt with a 14-inch to a 11-inch pulley and a 4-inch pulley from a 6-inch pulley. Only 1 inch longer. Lesson learned. Now, I need a 51.5-inch belt. I'm sure they make them. I couldn't find one. So, guess what? We got a 51-inch belt, and we just tightened her on there. We just gave her a little bungee cord stretch, put her on there. So, here we go. We got her tied up. This is all the way forward, as far as we can go forward. Look, it's even pulling up a little bit. But what I'm going to do is put like a pry bar right here, just to give a little tickle backwards, and then tighten these bolts here. And then just make it happen, you know what I'm saying? So once I get that done, I'm going to throw some oil in her and hit the start button. See what happens. Okay, got that tightened down. Now, I have 110% genuine cobalt synthetic air compressor oil. It was $2 more than general air compressor oil. I don't know. I want it to last as long as I can. Hopefully this stuff's good enough. I mean, it's a Harbor Freight compressor, so you know, let's see what happens. But what I got to do, for those who don't know, with an oiled air compressor, this is your gauge. You want it up to that red dot. So I'm just gonna, whoop, see if I can do this. Yeah, it's coming in. Coming in hot.
Two hours later.
Maybe not.
Two hours later.
Well, another dumpster fire that is Mayhem's plans. Apparently it takes more than 16 ounces of fluid. I didn't look at the manual. I probably should have done that before I bought oil. I guess I'll have to go to Lowe's and get more oil, and I'm going to have to get two more bottles. I'm going to check the specification before I go, but it says after the first hour of running, you want to drain it so that, and then put fresh stuff to get any debris, manufacturing debris, stuff like that out. 1, 2, 3. So we should be good. I still didn't look at how much was supposed to be in there because I left my phone at home. I mean, just like I said, Mayhem just is Mayhem. Regardless, I'm going to finish this up. Hopefully get this thing ever like get super excited about firing up an engine, I'm ready. I'm pumped. Get it? Pump. Fire up this. Oh, it's a motor, but bad jokes.
2 hours later.
There you go. It's supposed to be about in the center of this red dot. It's a little bit below that, but bottle. So I'm gonna run it, fire it up, and then we'll see if I can, if it takes some, and then I'll grab the next bottle. Glad I got 3 bottles because it took 2 of them at least to get to there. Well, plus the first one I had. Wasn't using these. I don't know, I guess I don't have much. I don't know. Alright, let's see if it'll light off Well, I don't hear any leaks. It's leaking right here, but it's not leaking. Maybe the pressure valve? I don't know. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm going to go see if I can get my wrench and tighten this up a little bit more. Cha! Let's see. Well, it's up to 60. I just don't like how it's leaking like nuts out of here. I'm gonna go grab another. Well, we got her up to about 120. I didn't what the max pressure was, and I'm not really into bringing her up to 150 and seeing what happens. So I cut her off at 120. I should have cut her off at let it go up, but it's a new compressor. I didn't want to know. So, but it runs. It makes pressure. We can work with that. So that's it for today. I'm gonna go do some editing on this thing here. Get y'all a video. Sorry it took so long to get back to y'all. Gee, Zoo Pete's, I tell you what, I've been busy, but I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff, and I'll be back